On this week's show, we start by heading to Nappanee, Indiana, and visiting Gulfstream Coach. We'll learn how this family-owned company started and how it has continued to grow to where it is today. Later, we'll head out to Colorado and visit Carefree of Colorado, the leader in RV awning innovation for 45 years, and see what goes into building their award-winning awnings and awning accessories. Then, Mark and Don Polk from RV Education 101 explain all about living on 30 amps. These stories and more on this week's Rollin On TV. Rollin On TV is brought to you by Carefree of Colorado, celebrating 45 years of RV awning innovation. Closed and Spanish captioning, where available, is sponsored by Jayco. At Jayco, we've been making family dreams come true since 1968. In case you didn't know, Nappanee, Indiana is situated in an area known as the RV capital of the world, with literally dozens of RV manufacturers located in the area. Gulfstream Coach was started back in 1983 by Jim Shea Sr. with a half a dozen employees and now employs a few hundred skilled craftsmen, turning out 16 different brands of travel trailers and motorhomes. We had a chance to visit with the company's Vice President of Operations, Scott Pullen, who, by the way, was one of the original 7 employees that started with the company. As Scott explains, they had a lot of challenges to overcome right from day one.
We had all the resources that Jim could give us, the tools, the equipment, the design, and we were able to fabricate 2 distinguished Class A's, a Sunstream and a Gulfstream Classic for the Notre Dame show. It was a little challenging at the beginning because of some of the obstacles we had. We were a couple weeks out from the show and there was a fire in the fiberglass shop. So we lost the front cap mold, and we worked throughout the week with the guys doing the prototypes, and then we'd go up to the glass shop at night and sand the mold and got a tool sufficiently put together so that we could get a first part out of it. So it was a little challenging to start with.
Besides the 2 motorhomes, the team also built a travel trailer called Foxfire that was also displayed at that first show. Needless to say, the response from that first show was phenomenal, and the company hasn't looked back since. Besides building high-quality motorhomes and travel trailers, another reason Gulfstream is so successful is the relationship that Jim Shea shared with his employees. Why, he even built a country club facility for them to enjoy, as Scott goes on to explain.
Yes, and the employees participated in that. We put up, Mr. Shea put up a country club, which we're sitting in today, and a par 3 golf course for the employees, and has opened the facility up for weddings or family reunions. There's basketball courts, baseball, softball diamonds, swimming pool, and then we open it in the summer, May 15th, and close it in October. So everybody has the opportunity to use it. Fishing ponds. It's just a great atmosphere.
And now, with Dan Shea heading up the company, that same strong family-employee relationship continues on. On our last visit, we took an in-depth look at the company's trailer production lines. This time, we're going to get an inside look at what goes into building Gulfstream motorhomes. It all starts here, with the enhanced chassis and cab. We say enhanced because the chassis has been modified with Gulfstream's Cradle of Strength, which uses unique box-style trusses across the chassis, steel stringers that run fore and aft, and extra weld points where the trusses meet the chassis. This extra steel creates a stronger foundation for added stiffness and safety. If you notice, those storage compartments are made of belt-lined galvanized steel, not plastic. At this point, the generator, wiring harnesses, tanks, and trailer hitch are added. The wiring harnesses are made in-house and the hitches are applied using the hydraulic huck bolt system, with with each bolt having a 14,000-pound shear strength. And they use 6 of them. Overbuild? Not to Gulfstream. Next, the laminated floor that includes a sheet of steel as a barrier is put in place prior to the Congolium Carefree vinyl flooring being glued down. If you notice, the glue is evenly applied to the whole floor, not just the edges. Once the wiring and flooring are in place, it's time to start adding the cabinetry, appliances, and comfort systems before the exterior walls are installed. Coming up, we'll see the rest of the build process and look at some new models. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Simply put, Thetford's AquaChem has outsold all its competitors combined because it's the strongest holding tank deodorant available. It provides the strongest odor control around the clock in all temperatures and conditions. It quickly liquefies waste and tissue and is 100% biodegradable. AquaChem, the industry standard for 50 years. For more information, visit Thetford.com. AquaChem, another great product from Thetford.
We didn't make the majestic mountains, or the rugged terrain, or paint the night sky, but we make it possible to see it all. Road Trek, America's #1 selling touring coach for over 25 years. Built with quality so you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the destinations you want. Enjoy the peace of mind that only a Road Trek can provide.
Hi, be sure to join us on our Rollin On TV Facebook page, Wednesday nights, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 Eastern, for Rollin On Live. We talk about the show, answer your technical questions, and enjoy some quality time with you, our viewers. We hope to see you there.
All that wood cabinetry is made right here in-house with yacht-style quality. The exterior walls are made of welded square aluminum frames that are filled with high-performance rigid foam insulation. This insulated frame becomes the center of a sandwich with a layer of synthetic Asdel substrate and an outside layer of high-gloss fiberglass. Why Asdel? Well, it won't absorb water or moisture, it can't rot or mildew, and it weighs half as much as wood. Oh, it's also puncture and impact resistant. The exterior layer of the sandwich consists of interior paneling with a vinyl wall covering. All these layers are held in place by a heat-resistant adhesive, which is evenly applied to each layer. Then the entire wall enters a vacuum chamber where air pressure bonds the layers together. Once the bonded walls are out of the chamber, all the excess material is trimmed off and the window and door holes are cut out and is off to assembly. Next, the walls are put in place, the roof goes on, slide outs go in, and all the interior work is being completed. While that's being done, the outside hardware is installed and the exterior graphics are applied. The next operation is final inspection, which includes a thorough going over from top to bottom. Once that part of the inspection is done, each unit gets a thorough road test, followed by a stop in the rain booth to make sure that doors, windows, and other openings are tightly sealed. Next stop could be a dealer near you. During our visit, we had a chance to talk with Paul Campbell, the Director of Marketing, and ask him, how does Gulfstream keep up with the changing needs and demands of today's RVers?
Here at Gulfstream, we produce about 150 different floor plans. So there is a lot of variety out there, and that's because we're responding to a lot of different demands, requests, and needs from retail customers. You know, some people are just a couple that want to travel the highways. They want something they can drive and spend the occasional overnight stay camping out. Some of our products are for young families where they've got young kids that want to explore the countryside and see some of the parks and the interesting parts of the United States and Canada. Some people want to take their motorhome when they go to their favorite fishing hole. Some people want to take a motorhome to a NASCAR race. Some people want to take one of our products to a tailgating event at their alma mater. So there's a broad range of uses and applications, and we try and have something for just about everybody. An interesting example of this is the Vintage Cruiser product. The Vintage Cruiser is a small, lightweight trailer that we expected to be of broadest appeal to couples who had bigger trailers in their past and wanted something smaller, a little more convenient to use. But once we put the Vintage Cruiser on the market, we found out that a lot of families were interested in that style of camping, that look and appeal that we built into the Vintage Cruiser. So now we're building bunkhouse models of the Vintage Cruiser as well. One good thing about Gulfstream Coach, we are close enough to the retail customer. We live and die by what the retail customer is looking for, and we can react quickly to provide it for them too. You know, we are not honoring a board of directors or a bunch of stockholders in what we do. We're trying to honor the end customers and our dealers to give them what they need and what they're looking for. And needs change all the time.
Before we end this story, we would like to wish everyone at Gulfstream a happy 35th birthday. And be sure to watch for Jeff's full-feature stories on the Vintage Cruiser and Conquest Class C in upcoming episodes of Rollin On TV. Someone once said, the camping doesn't really start until the RV awning comes out. Whoever said that really knew what they were talking about. Carefree of Colorado, celebrating 45 years of RV awning innovation. For more information, visit our website at carefreeofcolorado.com. Never run out of propane again. With Level Check, there's no more guesswork. Just run the gauge over the tank, and when the light turns from red to green, you'll know exactly how much propane you have left. It's that simple. Level Check, another great product from Truma. For more information, visit levelcheck.com.
Hi, I'm Jeff Johnston. For those of you who are part of our Facebook family, be sure to tune in to our Rollin On TV Facebook page on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 Eastern, to take part in our weekly Rollin On live show. We use our live events, brought to you from our studio here in beautiful Eugene, Oregon, to talk about show news and activities, to answer your questions about the show, and most important, we'll tackle your RV-related technical questions with straight scoop information. We also pass along RV product or industry news of interest. While you're on our page, you can check out past Rollin On live episodes to see what your RVing friends are saying and talking about. We hope you'll tune in to our Facebook page for Rollin On Live, Wednesdays at 5 Pacific Time, 8 Eastern, for some great RV information and a little fun. We'd love to see and hear from you. Cheers.
As the saying goes, you're not really camping till the awning comes out is so true. And when you're talking about awnings, one name always comes to the forefront. Carefree of Colorado, who has been the leader in RV awning innovations for 45 years. Carefree was founded in 1971 after developing the first truly automatic roll-up awning for RVs. The awning was a huge success and quickly became the most popular awning in RV history. The awning was designed for both motorhomes and travel trailers. As time went on, Carefree added matching window awnings and other accessories such as breezeway screen rooms and center rafters. Through the years, the company has kept creating new products like the slide-out awning, which is now an awning category of its own. In 2001, the company also released a patented one-touch motorized awning that revolutionized the industry and how awnings operate. Today, Carefree holds over 30 patents related to RV awnings, which proves why they are the leader in RV awning innovation. So how has Carefree stayed the leader for 45 years? It's actually quite simple. They specialize in one thing and one thing only, and that's creating and manufacturing the best RV awnings and awning accessories. We had an opportunity to tour Carefree's large state-of-the-art factory in Broomfield, Colorado, and coming up after the break, we'll give you an inside look. At Jayco, we're a lot more than just an RV manufacturer. We're all about family, and we've been making family dreams come true since 1968. To see our complete product line and find your nearest Jayco dealer, visit us online at jayco.com or just log on to rollinontv.com.
Exploration. It affirms that we are alive, demands that we are present. So let's put our work lives on pause, ramble out into the world, and share the journey with the ones we love.
For more information, visit lancecamper.com. Welcome back. I have to say up front that we can't show you some of the operations and special machinery used in making Carefree's patented products, but you will get a good idea of what goes into building their awnings. Before you can make awnings, you need material, and Carefree has miles of it stacked to the ceiling, including different weights of vinyl and acrylic, along with numerous colors and patterns. One of the first steps is rolling out the material on this special table, where it is measured and cut automatically. Next, the material is put on this specially designed machine for the next step, which we can't show you. But once the operation is finished, the material is sent over to one of the many sewing operations involved in making an awning. While some workers are sewing awnings together, in another department, the aluminum components that go into making an awning system are cut and machined. Now, we can't disclose how many awnings Carefree makes each day, but like the rolls of fabric, all you have to do is see how much aluminum is stocked here and you get a good idea. Lots of awnings. Carefree encourages employees to take a break and loosen up during the day with these simple, relaxing group exercises. With the awning all sewn and the aluminum components all set, it's time to assemble the awning. With some awnings having optional LED lighting, it's at this stage where a worker installs the lighting strip prior to adding the fabric. With the lighting strip in place, the unit is placed on a lathe-type jig where the material is attached to the aluminum drum and rolled up, placed in a shipping tube, and ready to go. Throughout each operation, quality control is a big thing at Carefree, and ongoing testing of all components is a daily procedure in the QC department. Here, a large motorhome awning unit is thoroughly tested. With the awnings assembled and testing done, the finished awnings, components, and accessories are brought to the large warehouse department, where they are shipped out by the trailer loads to RV manufacturers and retailers worldwide. Who knows? If you're planning on installing a new awning on your RV, one of these could be heading directly to you. As we mentioned early in the story, Carefree makes a lot of different RV awnings and components, as is evident by this wall display. If you're looking to replace an old awning on your RV, give the knowledgeable staff at Carefree's customer service department a call. They'll be glad to walk you through what you need. For more information on Carefree awnings and accessories, visit their website at carefreeofcolorado.com.
Hi, I'm Mark Polk with RV Education 101. Today I want to discuss a topic I think is important for all RV owners. That topic is RV living on 30 amps. Typically, RVs come equipped with either a 30 amp electrical system or a 50 amp electrical system. The majority of RVs are equipped with a 30 amp electrical system. Using the 30 amp electrical system in your RV is different than using a 200 amp electrical system in your house. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Before we get started, it's important to review some very basic electrical formulas. If you understand these formulas, you'll begin to understand why a circuit in your RV or at the campground is overloaded. Watts divided by volts equals amps. Amps times volts equals watts. Watts divided by amps equals volts. These simple formulas can be used to answer questions based on what information is available. If you have two pieces of information, you can solve any electrical equation dealing with your RV's electrical system. You already know the RV has a 120 volt electrical system, and labels on appliances identify the wattage and or amperage of the appliance. An example would be attempting to use two 120 volt appliances at the same time that total 2,000 watts. The formula is 2,000 watts divided by 120 volts equals 16.7 amps. So, if both appliances were used on the same 15 amp circuit in the RV, the circuit breaker would trip. Another example would be determining the maximum wattage capacity for an RV with a 30 amp 120 volt electrical system. 30 amps times 120 volts equals 3,600 watts. If you exceed the total 3,600 watt capacity or the total 30 amp capacity, it is highly likely the 30 amp breaker in the RV or the 30 amp breaker at the campground pedestal would trip. You can go one step further by looking at the power distribution center in your RV. You will notice there are several different circuits identified by the individual circuit breakers. Let's take a 15 amp circuit for example. 15 amps times 120 volts equals 1,800 watts. A 15 amp circuit that is used solely for electrical outlets in the RV is based on the premise that you will not use all of the outlets on that circuit at the same time, or use appliances that will exceed the amperage rating. If, for example, you attempt to use a coffee pot and an induction cooktop at the same time, the 15 amp breaker in the power distribution box will probably trip. Here's why. The combined 16 amps times 120 volts equals 1,920 watts, which exceeds the 1,800 watt rating of a 15 amp circuit. For devices in the RV that require more amperage, you will notice larger size circuit breakers in the power distribution box. For example, the roof air conditioner is on a separate 20 amp circuit breaker. Let's say your roof air conditioner is drawing 13 amps, you start the microwave and it draws 10 amps, and you put some bread in the toaster drawing another 8 amps. In this situation, you did not exceed any of the individual circuits in the RV, but you did exceed the campground's 30 amp service, resulting in the 30 amp circuit breaker tripping. This topic gets a little more complicated when you factor in things like GFCI circuits, the RV power converter that's used for 12 volt devices, and if there are any wiring related problems at the campground or in the RV. But if you understand and apply some of these basic formulas, you are well on your way to understanding RV living on 30 amps. Happy camping.
We hope you enjoyed this week's program. And for more information on anything you saw on the show, along with additional videos and stories from current and past shows, visit our website at rollinontv.com. You can also join us on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. As usual, this has been another fun production. For the latest up-to-the-minute RV news, visit our media partners at rvbusiness.com. If you're into RVing or just appreciate vintage vehicles, be sure to set your GPS for the RV MH Hall of Fame in Elkhart, Indiana. This museum houses the largest collection of vintage RVs and trailers dating as far back as 1916. For more information, visit their website at rvmhhalloffame.org.